This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, all, good morning. Welcome back. So today we are going to discuss about some process, ideal process when we are working on any technical issues, when we are working on any activities in real time. So what is the process we follow, right? So this is general session. If today and tomorrow, so we'll have general sessions, right? Right. Can you see my screen, everyone? Yes, sir. Yeah, process. So what is process? We'll try to understand. So in real time, normally, so can you mute yourself, everyone? Yeah. So when we talk about process, okay, everywhere in real time, while working on any activity, the process is important. So before involving into technical stuff or technical issues, so before involving to that, we have to follow the process, right? So everywhere process, right? For example, if you want to deploy some code, we have to follow this process, right? We have to raise the change request. We have to get the approval from the management and the client, right? So also we have to get approval from the change manager. Change manager will ask you, justification, rollback plans, rollback activities. Okay, if anything, if the deployment is failed, how you roll back the code? Okay, change manager will ask you. So for which we have to provide the justification, right? So we have to follow the process. We have to plan for the activity, right? So normally while working on deployments, right? So what are the prerequisites? We have to check that, right? We have to follow that. What are the environments we have? So we have to take all the evidences, right? So everywhere process in real time in production environments while working on any activity, everywhere process. Every time we have to follow the process one. So if you don't follow the process, okay, so it would be very difficult to handle the situation. It's very difficult to handle, right? That is why process is important. We have to follow the process, right? Right. Fine. Agenda here is what is an ideal process? What is the importance of ideal process? What is ticketing tool? Types of ticketing tools, right? Why ticketing tool? What is timesheet, time card? How to fill time cards, right? So timesheet approvals, leave management system, stand-up calls, team meetings. Okay. So these are the things we are going to discuss, right? So up to here we can complete today. Okay. So tomorrow remaining things will change. Fine. So basically, what is ITL process? What is ITL? The IT infrastructure library is a library of volumes describing a framework of best practices for delivering IT services. So ITL process, it is not a new process, it is very old process. So every organization they are following ITL process to perform the activities, right? Yeah. So ITL's systematic approach to IT service management can help business manage risk, strengthen customer relations, establish cost-effective practices, and build a stable IT environment that allow for growth, scale, and change. Means, so why we are following ITL? So when we receive the ticket in the ticketing tool, okay, so we follow some process, right? So what ticketing system, one monitoring, queue monitoring system will be there. Queue manager will be there to monitor the tickets, right? So once we receive the ticket into our bin, so that ticket we have to put into in progress state. Ticket means, what is ticket? Ticket is nothing but it is a request, right? For example, if you are facing any issue with your laptop or else your internet or else any product, normally what we will do, we'll call customer care, right? So backend they will raise some request. So they will raise some request which will have some SLA. The request will have SLA. SLA means it is a service level agreement. It is a timeline, right? Ticket timeline. So when, yeah, how much time it will be there for ticket? So we'll understand that. So based on the criticality, ticket SLA will be designed. So if the issue is major issue like critical issue, so P1 tickets will be raised. P1 means priority one. So P1 ticket will have only 2 hours timeline to resolve that issue. Immediately we have to take the action, right? Maximum 2 hours resolution time for P1 tickets. For P2 tickets, we'll have 8 hours time. Within 8 hours, we have to close the P2 tickets. So P3 tickets will have 24 hours to 48 hours time, right? So if you receive P3 ticket, normally what we will do, we'll put into in progress state and we'll start working on the ticket. So like that, priority wise, we have to work on the activities tickets, right? So here, so when we follow the ticketing system, okay, so queue manager will monitor the tickets. All the tickets will come into one queue. Queue manager will monitor the tickets, and he will distribute the tickets equally to the team members. Okay, so by the time team members will receive the ticket, once we receive the ticket into our bin, we have to put it in progress state, and we have to check the description. We have to check the content, whatever the things available in the ticket. So based on that, if any dependency is there from the client or user, we have to check with the user, and we have to start resolving the issues. We have to start working on the ticket. If any deployment issue, if any process, if any technical issue, anything, we have to start the resolution. Okay. The same way vendors also do the same process. Vendors means cloud vendors. For example, AWS vendor. We raise a case with AWS. We face some issue. We are facing some issue with the VPC or VM instance. Okay. So we raise a case with vendor, AWS vendor, for example. So once we raise the case with vendor, they will receive the ticket. Okay. They will check the description, what is the issue they are facing. So if any description is not clear in the ticket, they will call back. They will call back and they will get the full information. Once they get the full information, then they will start the resolution. Right? Same process everywhere, everyone will follow. Right? Right. Next one is, so it's developed by ITIL process developed by the British government's Central Computer and Telecommunications Agency, CCTA, during the 1980s. It is a very old process, right? Yeah. ITIL overview. So here we have IT organization current challenges. So business challenges, IT responsibilities. Okay. So business challenges, increasing business performance. So always business people will check this. For example, every organization will have business team as well as IT team, right? So business team means they will develop the business, they will bring the business, they will bring the clients, they will talk to clients, they will explain the product, right? They will manage the business. IT responsibilities means, So like development, testing, right? Infrastructure management, all these things will comes under IT responsibilities, right? So business challenges. So here we have increasing business performance, right? So business performance also they have to monitor every time. Business people always they monitor how the business performance would be, how the business is going, how the business is impacting, right? Every time they will monitor. So business people, they always work on the business strategies. They use the different strategies to improve the business performance, right? So next one is improving ROI. ROI means return on investment. Improving ROI means return on investment. Return on investment means what is that? So how we invested, what is the return we are getting? Okay. For example, we invested some money in the business. So before investing that, we expect something, right? For example, stock market. So we invested some 1 lakh, 1 lakh rupees. Okay. So we expect some 50% or 30% or 40%. Some expectations should be required, right? So prior to invest anything, we analyze something, right? So what we are investing, what we expect, what we are going to get. That is very, very important, most important, right? Without planning, we can't invest anywhere, anything, right? So normally, for example, if you buy any product, if you buy any land, for example, I'm talking about investment, not products, okay? I'm talking about investments. So for example, if you buy any land, okay? So after 5 years, what is the cost? What is the cost would be? That analyzation should be required, right? So this business people always think about that. If we invest today, so what is the return in tomorrow? So for business, they don't invest anything. But investment is IT infrastructure. IT infrastructure, employee salaries, right? These are the things, right? So if they invest today, how they get tomorrow, they always prepare some plan, right? So improving ROI means it is a return on investment. They will always improve this. Okay. Next one is minimizing cost and time to market. Minimizing cost means normally, so whatever infrastructure we are using instead of the project, whatever we are using, the team size, right? Team pyramid, right? Team structure. That always we need to monitor. Okay, minimizing the cost means to reduce the cost. We have to reduce the cost. So, for example, our project is there. Okay, so our project is completely automation project and cloud project. So, how we are spending for this? How we are spending? How we are investing? How we are getting business? How we are getting pricing? That is most important. That will be maintained by VPs and directors, senior directors. They always think about this. So what is the cost, current cost? What is the return? They always check. That is by cost cutting. They minimize resources. They reduce the costing, right? So for example, if they want to recruit one employee, for example, project team want to recruit one employee, they will have some budget. Within the budget only, they will recruit the employees, right? Beyond the limits, they don't go, right? So clearly they will tell, this is our budget, okay? We provide this much of package. In negotiation time, they will talk about this. We have this much of budget only, okay? So why they are telling like that? This much of budget because of ROI. Okay. Next one is time to market. Time to market means so many competitors are there in the market, right? For example, Flipkart project is there. Flipkart project. Okay. So Flipkart project is handling by some company, right? So competitive price is required here. So every 5 days, every 5 years or 3 years, they will revise the pricing. The client will revise the pricing every 3 years, 5 years. Okay. So if anyone is giving less quotation, for example, HCL is maintaining Flipkart application, for example, right? So Capgemini gave less pricing and good quality. So what they will do, they will think about this. Okay, they will plan to give it to Capgemini, right? And next one is minimizing risk in a dynamic business scenario. Risk also we have to minimize. So once we get the requirement from the business, from the client, okay, so we have to maintain proper way. For example, they gave some application, digital application like Flipkart or any Amazon shopping site, whatever. So if you are not following, if you are not maintaining that application properly, it will be risk. It would be risk. So while getting the project, we have some agreement. By the time, so if anything outages happen, we have to pay back. Outage means what will happen? If the site is crashed or outage happened, so business will be impacted, right? Client will get some issues, right? Client will get issues, business will be collapsed, right? That is why, so we have to sign the business before getting into the project, before giving the client, they will ask you to do some agreement, right? That is also risky. If you are not capable to maintain that business, okay, definitely it will be risky, right? Yeah, these are the things, business challenges. Next one is IT responsibilities. So adapting quickly to changing needs, right? So whenever we get the project, we have to quickly start the project. We have to recruit required resources, right? We have to follow all the process. Next one is minimizing cost and complexity. So cost always we have to minimize. So employee cost, infrastructure cost, always we have to monitor. Okay. So complexity. So business complexity we have to understand, right? Next one is optimizing resources and cost. So optimizing, yesterday we discussed. What is optimizing? Whatever unnecessary resources are using, okay, that we have to remove. Optimizing resources and costs, right? Next one is ensuring a stable and flexible IT environment. So ensuring a stable and flexible IT environment means, so we have to follow, we have to maintain IT environments flexible and stable, right? So every time the issue is escalating, what will happen? Some issues are escalating every time, every day. What will happen? Business will be impacted. So that is why we have to prepare stable infrastructure, stable environment, right? Next one, service. A service is a means of delivering value to customers by facilitating the outcomes that customers want to achieve without the ownership of specific cost and risks. Okay. So while working on environments, okay, while working on any activity, so this service is very important. So what is an IT service? An IT service is a set of IT related functions, hardware and software, right? So this is your web server, application server, database server, right? So IT hardware and software required to deliver the products. Next one, what is IT service management? Okay, so IT service management is the totality of IT service provision, including the management of the infrastructure and the environment, right? So infrastructure is IT service, environment also IT service. Good IT service management ensures that customer requirements and expectations are met with consistency, right? So IT service management objectives: to align IT service with the current and future needs of the business and its customers, to improve the quality of the IT service delivered, to reduce the long-term cost of service provision. Okay, what are the needs required here? Needs, what are the needs available? What is the cost? What is the quality? These three things are very important to maintain IT service, right? So needs, cost, quality, right? Next one, key elements. Here we have some key elements are available. So we have partners, process, people, products. Okay. So partners. So project manager, team, suppliers, and outsourcers. These are the partners. Process means configuration management, capacity planning, problem management, change control. These are all processes we have to follow. Okay. People means customer or end user, executive sponsor, service manager, or a team, production, acceptance team. These are all people, right? Products are hardware, software, tools, technology. So these are the key elements of the organization or project. Next one. So defining the problem. For example, when we receive any request or any ticket, so we need to define the problem first, right? First, we have to check application failures. Okay, so application failures, operator errors, if any human error, we have to check, or else we have to check hardware OS issue or network issue. So we have to divide into three parts. Okay, either application issue or human error or hardware issue or network issue. Next one is ITL is process oriented, right? Like people and leaders. Okay, so people will have roles, subtasks, process, right? So these are the task oriented or non-hierarchical issues, right? Leaders are having under leaders will have middle management, employees, areas of top-down controlling areas of responsibility, right? So normally leaders means VPs and senior directors. Middle management means senior managers, delivery heads, right? Employees means resources. Areas of work means so environments, work environments. Right? Next one. 10 core process of ideal process. 10 core processes. Here we have service desk and service level management. Two things are there. Service desk and service level management. So in service desk, we have incident management, problem management, configuration management, change management, release management. These are all service desk, right? Service desk normally. So when we talk about service desk, okay, so we always follow the tickets. We always create the tickets. We always create the change request, release request, configuration management request, problem management request. Okay, so always we use service desk request. Service level management means functional management for IT services, capacity management, IT services, continuity management, availability management. Okay, so these are all service level management. Service level management, what they will do? So they will provide all the capacity management means. So they will provide all the infrastructure. Okay, IT services, availability management, right? So to develop the product, to work on the product, they will provide the facilities. Service level management will provide all the facilities, right? Next one. So the process improvement program. Okay, so typical program elements here, people. Okay, so people allocate roles and responsibilities, right? So align skills to business needs, organize ideal training and motivation, project change management. Okay, so normally people require all these things. Okay, so as a project lead or as an architect, what they will do, they will allocate roles and responsibilities to the team members. They will prepare some sheets what is roles and responsibilities, what are the things available. They will prepare the sheet, align skills to the business needs. So they will align the skills to the business needs. Organize ITL training and motivation. So every time, so we'll have some trainings, real time. We'll opt some trainings and we'll attend some trainings. We'll do some certifications. Always we improve our skills, right? So next one is project change management. Okay. So change management is very important here. So if you want to perform any changes, you have to follow change management process, right? Next one is process. Define processes and process task and document. Define process metrics KPIs. What is KPIs? KPI means key performance indicators. These key performance indicators are very important in real time. Okay, so when we are working on any activities, so these KPIs will be counted. Okay, so these KPIs will be used in appraisal time. Based on your appreciations or escalations or issues, you'll get some KPI. End of the year, you get some KPI. Okay, so integrate process information, initiate customer service cycle. Okay, these are all processes. Next one is tools. Process automation, process integration, asset management repository. Okay, so configuration management database, CMDB, business service definition and mapping. These are all tools we use in real time. Okay, yeah. So these are the things available in the ITL process. Think of ITL not as a destination, but as a vehicle you can use to help you travel more quickly and efficiently on your ongoing journey of continuously improving service levels. Okay, so these are the things available. Next one. Any questions? Questions on it? ITL process any questions on it? Yeah, next one is ticketing tools. Okay, so let us try to understand ticketing tools. What is ticketing system? Ticketing system at the end, right? A ticketing system collects and manages all customer support interactions from different platforms. This management system enables IT support agents to route various types of tickets to the correct person, resource, or department to obtain the fastest resolution. So ticketing system is it is very good process in real time. Normally while working on tickets, okay, so we'll have different types of tickets, right? Different types of tickets I'll show you in the screenshots. I'll show you. Okay, yeah. So when we receive any ticket, okay, so the ticket will comes into our bin. By the time we have to check, right? So how to resolve the ticket and what is the description, who raised the ticket, who is the customer, so what is the major issue or minor issue, what is the priority, all these things we have to follow. Okay, next, best IT ticketing systems today. Okay, these are the popular ticketing tools. ServiceNow is in first place, BMC Remedy is in second place, Jira Service Desk is in third place, Spiceworks, HubSpot, okay, ConnectWise, SolarWinds, right, JetBit. These are the different ticketing systems. First three are very popular tools. Currently in our project, we are using ServiceNow and Remedy also. Okay. So what is ServiceNow ticketing tool? What it will do? Okay. So this is the dashboard, ServiceNow dashboard, right? So this is the dashboard of ServiceNow ticketing tool. So normally when we receive the tickets, see here, So when we receive the tickets, these are the tickets, common tickets for all the team members. So this is the ticket number. Okay, this is the active true activity due approval set. Okay, assigned to whom assigned this ticket, right? Assignment group, for which group it is assigned. Okay, cloud and virtualization. Description, right? So we have to check the description also here. So in this we have service ticket. This is a service ticket. It will start with IN. IN means incident. Okay. So here we have my work, one tab is there, right? My work. So whatever tickets assigned to me, that will be available in the my work. Okay. See here, this is service request. This is incident. Okay. So here we'll have different types of tickets. Next one is self-service. Self-service means, so we can check our tickets, whatever tickets assigned, right? Next one is home page, business applications, okay, dashboards, service catalog, okay, knowledge, okay, help desk, virtual task boards, connect chart, incidents, watch lists, my request, different tabs are there, right? So what are those? We'll see in further slides. Okay. So when we log into the ticketing system, so it will show you like this first time. Okay. So URL is servicecentral.organization.yourorganization. Right. Next one. So I opened one ticket here. I opened incident. So when I open incident, see here incident number, caller means customer who raised this ticket. So service, where we have to check where what is the ticket we received from which location, or so our, yeah, once we assign ourselves, so we put this assigning group, right? So for example, when we receive the ticket, okay, so once you assign this ticket to you, so some assignment group will be there. See here, this is cloud and virtualization. See here, service will be provided by cloud and virtualization team. So category, public cloud, VM access issue, AWS and Azure, right? Type, Git user instead. Location, Paris, this is Europe location. So contact type, okay, self-service, okay. Next one, opened on this date, right? So state on hold. Why we hold the ticket? ఎందుకు hold చేయొచ్చు tickets ని? For example, if any dependency is there from the client or user, we require more information about ticket issue. By the time what we will do, we'll hold the ticket, because if the person is not available, we hold the tickets, right? So when the person is available, by the time we get the information and we can change into in progress state and we start the resolution. Right? Next one. On hold person. On hold reason, not person. Right? So waiting caller. So we are waiting for the caller. Impact. Impact means SLA. So it is low. 3 low means we'll have 48 hours SLA. So urgency 3 low. Priority 3 moderate. Escalation not escalated. Escalation region, nothing is there. Assignment group, cloud and virtualization, assigned to the user. Kajal Dandoti. Okay. So this is the user. We assign to the ticket. Okay. She will work on the ticket. She will resolve the issue. She will close the ticket. Based on the SLA, she will complete the resolution. Okay. She will take care of the request. See here, short description, unavailability of Azure VM. right? This is the ticket. This is the issue. So Azure VM is not available. Unavailability. Some issue, it is not available. We have to check that. We have to go into Azure portal and we have to check that and we have to troubleshoot that. Why? What is happening? Why it is not available? We have to check it out and we have to resolve the issue. Right? Next one. Yeah. See here. So task SLA means, see here, 15% and 32% completed SLA. If it is reaches to 90%, above 90%, ticket will be breached. Breach means escalated. If the ticket issue, if the issue is escalated, so we get some warning emails from the management. So the ticket should not be escalated. So within the time frame, within the SLA, we have to resolve the issues. Okay. So based on the SLA, we have to close the tickets. So once we receive the ticket, first we have to check the SLA. Sometimes what will happen? Before getting into our bill, tickets will be breached. Okay. So if any customer raises ticket, the ticket will be moved to other bill, other team members. Okay. So they will keep the ticket for 1 or 2 days. After that, they will read out the ticket to our bill. By the time, what will happen? Ticket will be breached. So in the resolution tab, we have to update the notes. Before receiving the ticket into my bin, the ticket was breached. So you have to provide some justification. Otherwise, you will be pointed. Right? We have to give proper justification. Otherwise, you will be shooted some emails. You will be shooted through some emails. Okay. Next one. See here, this is service ticket. Okay. So request item and item description here, item name, virtual network, VLAN, priority, for low. So reassignment 0. Reassignment means, for example, within the team members, they should not reassign the ticket. For example, we are 10 members, team members. So I receive ticket. I should not reassign within the team. If you need any help, you can get from the other team, other member. Otherwise, you should not read out the ticket to the within the team. So if you read out, the count will be available here. Request reassignment count will be available. Okay. So template task. So this is the template task location. Okay. So this is a different location. Okay. And assignment group is cloud and virtualization. Assigned to, this is not assigned to anyone. Okay. So next one is request type retire. Retire means, for example, any VM you want to terminate. Okay. So clients will raise the request like retire request. Okay. And the state is open state, closed is closed. Vendor state, nothing is there. Right. Also here, general information is showing like request type retire, project code. So responsible, one responsible to respected, requested for, okay, something. So responsible to, responsible for, right? Service reminder date, service reminder date, right? So these are the things. Next one, change task. C task means change task. Okay, change task requires some change request. For example, when we raise any change request, change task, this change task will be raised. When we raise any change request, change task will be raised. So by the time, so this task we have to resolve first, then we can close the change request, right? See here, planned start date, change start date, planned end date, short description, type, state, on hold, assignment group, assigned to. So notes here, there is no nodes here. So, and this ticket is assigned to some employee, some resource here. It's a Rajaram Paul something. Okay. The customer is Najib Malin. There is the request, right? So like this. Next one, change request. See here, change request. This is the change request requested by someone, Akshay, someone, right? Service, cloud and virtualization service, business criticality. So one most critical, this is critical ticket, okay, most critical. So risk moderate, right? Short description is prod change release update HTTP timeout value to 120 seconds for add-on something application, right? See here, type normal, state scheduled, additional approvers, conflict status. Assignment group is this group. He is the person who received this change. Okay, to share some person, right? Yeah. Now justification. See here, justification. We are getting correction timeout error because app data is fetching around 30 to 40 seconds in something, right? Justification we have to provide. Otherwise, change manager will not approve this request. Implementation plan. Change timeout setting in the HTTPS setting in application gateway for add-on application something, right? Next, risk and impact analysis. Application gateway will wait for 120 seconds to get response from backend application, right? So short description, we can check it out, right? We can get approval from the change manager and we can proceed for the activity. See here. So this is approved by change manager. See here, approved. Next one. If you want to raise any request, first you can click on self-service, click on new, then it will open like this. So you have to give details here. So your name, ticket number will be generated automatically. So location, okay, state, impact, lower, critical, right? Like this, we have to raise a request. Right? This is new request. Right? So now if you want to raise a change request, we have to click on change, create new, and click on, yeah, once you click on this new, after that we have to select if it is standard request or normal request or emergency request. Yeah. So once we select this, after that we have to check normal or standard or emergency. We have to choose this. Okay, based on that, we have to create the request. Right, this is the change request. While raising the change request, we have to provide all the details. This is the change number assigned by, requested by, right? Service and business capability, business criticality and risk, type, state, additional approvals required, conflict status, okay, assignment group, assigned to. All these things we have to cover. Short description, justification. So all these things we have to provide, and also schedule. When you want to perform this activity, schedules also we have to provide. Okay. So when you want to raise the change request, we have to follow all the steps. We have to fill this, all the required fields. Next one is the standard change. So in standard change, so we have different things available. infra standard, right? So world VDI users data removal, server decommission, virtual machine creation, so ES servers, Citrix profile management, different things. Based on the requirement, based on the activity, we have to select all this, whatever required, right? Change request, again change request. So this is a change request. Okay, these are the things. So this is console, Itil ServiceNow console. This is ServiceNow ticket console. Right? So tomorrow we'll work on stand-up calls, timesheets, leave management system. We'll work on that, and also, if possible, we'll work on roles and responsibilities. We'll discuss about roles and responsibilities also. As a DevOps engineer, what are the roles available in real time? That will discuss. Okay. Any questions or any questions, anyone? Fine. So tomorrow we'll work on.
How do we close the ticket once it's resolved?
Yeah, once it is resolved, how to close the ticket? I'll show you something here. See, once the ticket is resolved, so one close tab is there. Close task. See here, close task is there. So we have to update some nodes in the nodes menu, and we have to click on this close task. Once we close this task, the ticket will be closed. Right? So this is the tab to close the ticket. Yeah, instant can be closed manually or will get auto close. No, manually. We have to close manually. When we stop here for today, so tomorrow we'll work on remaining things. So this weekend we are going to perform some two projects. Once close it, cannot be reopened. Can reopen. Customer can reopen. User can reopen the ticket. If the issue is not resolved properly, they can reopen. Yeah, I'll share the entry questions. Okay. I'll share the entry questions. Today I'll share them. Fine, we stop here for today. Thank you all.